Welcome back everyone. So in the last video we solved rotatory, and in this video we are going to solve best time to buy and sell stocks. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's read the description. So it says that you are given an array prices where price at I is the price of the given stock on the ith day. Now you want to maximize your profit by choosing a single day to buy one stock and choosing a different day in the future to sell that stock. Now we have to return the maximum profit we can achieve from this transaction. If you cannot achieve any profit, return 0. So let me show you a graph first, okay? But the point here is you have to choose 2 days. So at one day you have to buy the stock, and the second day, which is in future, you have to sell that stock. And in that duration you have to return the profit you can make. Okay, this is the graph. So this is the baseline, okay, and this is your graph. Okay, so let's say start from here. Now, at what point would you consider to buy the stock? So we have these points, okay, and let's say there are many points in between also. Okay, so these are the points where the price changed. So you have to choose a single day to buy that stock and a day in the future to sell that stock. So you have to choose duration in such a way that the profit you will make in that duration is maximum. So obviously, either you choose this path, because in this path it increases. So we have to take only the increasing path. So here from the lowest, it goes to the maximum. So either you choose this path, or we can choose from this minimum to this maximum. Okay. So we can also choose this path. Okay. So let me show you. So either you choose this path. One thing is clear, that you have to choose from minimum to the maximum, but it all depends on the difference. If the highest value you make in the future minus the lowest value you chose to invest in that stock is highest, then you will choose that difference. So in this case we have three possibilities: we buy at this lowest point and sell at this highest point, or we buy at this lowest point and sell at this highest point, or we buy at this lowest point and sell at this highest point. Okay, so we don't buy at these points, okay, because at this point the price is higher than this point. Okay, so we choose to buy at this point only. Okay, so how would you do this? So for example, you started with this point and then you move on to this point. So let's say this is the minimum price, because we don't know in the future. Let's say this is the minimum price and we are at this position right now. So at this position we check that, okay, at this day this is the price, and the minimum price we set was this price, and you take the difference and you say, okay, we are in loss because this price is already less than the minimum price, so you will be in loss, right? So you won't sell at this day, so you are not going to sell at this day. Okay, so you will move forward, but the minimum price you found up until now will be this. Okay, so this is the minimum price you found up until now. Now you move forward to the next point. So you, at this position, you see that the difference it makes at this day and the minimum price in the past is somewhat, it's not negative. Okay, so you will update the maximum profit. So the maximum profit up until now is this. So if you buy at this position and sell at this position, you will make some profit. And in this course of duration, the minimum price was this. Okay, this was the minimum price. Now you move on to the next day. So let's say you move on to this day, this day, this day, and this day. So up until this point and this point, the minimum found so far was this, and the maximum up until now is this. And the difference is obviously greater than the maximum profit we found up until now. So we will update the maximum profit, right? And the minimum price found up until from this point onward and this point onward is this price. Okay, so we come until here, then we move on to here. Okay, and the minimum price is still same. This is the minimum, so the maximum profit will increase. So we'll update the maximum profit, right? And minimum price up until now is still the same, this one. Now we go down. Okay, so this is, let's say, the point. Okay, so we go down and we see this is the point. Okay, now if we take the difference, the difference will be less than the maximum profit we have achieved until now. So the maximum profit we achieved until now is from this point onward to this point onward, right? But at this point the maximum profit will decline, so we will not update the maximum profit, and the minimum price is still same. We will not update maximum profit. And at this point, okay, at this point the maximum profit is also in loss, so we will not update the maximum profit, but the minimum price is changed. So that, let's say, maximum profit is something, okay, and the minimum price found until now will now be this. So we have explored this scenario, right? Now we'll move down. Minimum price is this. We'll move down and we see the profit between these 2 points, which is still less than the maximum profit we have found until now. Then we move on to this. So the minimum price is changed now. So minimum price will be this now. Okay. Then we move on to this. The profit is still less than maximum profit. We move on, and we come at this point, or in middle of these points there might be maximum profit. So let's consider this point. So at this point minimum is this and the maximum is this, so we'll take the difference, and the difference is higher than this difference. Okay, so we'll update the maximum profit, and minimum price is still same. Now we go down, our maximum profit is declining here, so we will not update, and finally we will return the maximum profit. Now one thing I told you, that we will choose from 3 paths. Okay, so the first path is this, the second path is this, and the third path is this path. And in this traversal we see that we considered only this path and this path, and we missed this path into consideration. The minimum price will be this and the maximum price will be this. Okay, so this is not the minimum price and this is the minimum price. That's why we didn't consider this path. Okay, another reason that I didn't consider this line is because this is the minimum price. Okay, and we have the minimum price lower than this price, that is this price. And in this graph, in this portion, we have this as the maximum price, and in this portion we have maximum price as this, which is higher than this point. Okay, so obviously this portion will give us the maximum profit. Now let us take a real example. So in the question we have example 2, so let's plot that. Okay, so we'll take this, and let's say 76431. So these are days, let's say, and these are prices. So price will be maximum of 7 in the example 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on day 1 it is 7. On day 2 it goes to 6. On day 3 it was 4. And then 3, 1. So it is 3 here and 1 here. So you see the graph is continuously going down. So you start with this and then come here, then you see the difference is negative. Okay, which means if you buy at this position and sell at this position, you will be in loss. So you will not update the maximum profit, but the minimum price found so far is this. You move at this position, the profit is in negative, you won't update the maximum profit, but the minimum found so far is this. Similarly, this is the minimum found, this is the minimum found. So minimum price found so far is this, but the maximum profit you will make is 0. Okay, you won't make any maximum profit, so the output will be 0. Now let us see example 1. In example 1 there are 2, 4 and 6 days. So 2, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6, these are days. And then we have prices for 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Maximum price is 7. So first 715, that is 7 1, third day it was 5, then 364, and we have 3 6, and here we have 4. Okay, so these are the price changes. Okay, so now we start with this. This is the minimum price. Let's say we buy at this point and we want to sell at 2. Now when we sell at 2, the difference will be 7 minus 1 minus 7, that is minus 6 rupees. So you will be at loss. So you will not update the maximum profit, but the minimum price found so far is this. Okay, so this is the minimum price you found up until now. Now you come at this day and you say that I want to sell at this day, and you buy at this minimum price. Okay, so the difference is positive, and that is 5 minus 1, that is 4 rupees. So maximum profit you will make is 4 rupees, and the minimum price will still remain this price same. You go to this day and you say I want to sell at this day, but you buy at this minimum price only. The difference will be, so on third day the price will be 3, so this is 3. So you want to sell at this point, then the difference will be 3 minus 1, that is 2, but the maximum profit we already made is 4, so we'll not update this, and the minimum will remain the same. Okay, then you go at this point and you say I want to sell at this point, so the maximum profit you will make is 6 minus 1, that is 5. So maximum profit will update and minimum will remain same. Now you come at this point and you say I want to sell here, that is 4 minus 1, 3, but profit is already 5, so you will not update and minimum will remain same. So the maximum profit you will make is 5 rupees, and that will be when you buy at this point and sell at this point. Okay, so at this point you have this and this, that is 6 minus 1, that is 5. Okay, so now let's implement this algorithm. Okay, so before starting we will be having a minimum price. So let's say minimum price we found in the past. So past, by minimum price I say in the past we choose a day, and on that day we bought a stock. Okay, so on that day the minimum price was int maximum. Okay, and the maximum profit until now is 0. So now we'll start from 0 and start selling on these days. I is less than prices dot size plus plus. Now we want to sell at ith day, so we'll check if we can sell at this day. So current profit means the profit at this day. If I sell at this ith day, so you bought something on the minimum price day, okay, and you want to sell at this ith day, so what profit you will make? Prices at I minus the minimum price in the past. So this is the profit you will make. So if current profit is maximum, we will update. So maximum profit will be maximum of either the maximum profit in the past you already made, or the current profit. Okay, now if the prices at I is less than, so we have to also update the minimum price, right? So minimum price is minimum of either the minimum price in the past, or this can be the minimum price. So we updated that, and finally we'll return the maximum profit we made, and the maximum profit either will be 0 or less than int max. So we can simply return maximum profit, and we'll submit this, and it should work, and it does. Okay, so that's it.